Hi my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tammy and I help people become the best version of themselves through this awakening process. The reason I started this channel is because when I went through my awakening, I felt very alone, I felt very isolated, and I didn't really have anyone that quite understood everything that I was speaking about, and it did get very frustrating for me. So I want to let you know that you are not alone. There are millions of us all around the world. And although you may feel very alone right now, as time goes on, there are going to be more and more of us becoming more conscious of what's going on and waking up to the fact of our reality. So for many of you, you have experienced the 1111 phenomenon. The universe speaks in numbers. Everything is made up and comprised of numbers. Numerology is something that has existed throughout the ages, and many of our ancient societies and many of our ancient brothers and sisters have spoken about the power of numbers. Everything in our lives it comprises of certain amount of numbers. It either works out between 1 and 9, 11, 22, or 33, which are master numbers. Anything that is numerically represented can be broken down. Hello, baby, come sit with me. Can be broken down numerically. Sorry, come stop, right? Sit, boy. You want a kiss? You want a kiss? Sorry, my baby needed to go outside. Okay, so numbers represent a certain amount of energy and frequency, and these numbers exist between 1 and 9, 11, 22, 33. Everything can be broken down to a single or double digit number if it represents a master number. So the number 11 is a very strong light code, in my opinion. It is a message from the universe, and your higher self, your guides, are showing you if you are going in the right direction. And they get a hold of our attention by shoving things in our face to wake us up. And numbers is a great one to use because we're always surrounded by them. So I'll give an example. Whenever I have had a very big significant event in my life, the number 11 has always been around me. When I immigrated to Thailand a few years ago, I immigrated on the 11th of October 2011. When I moved back to South Africa, I moved back in the 11th month. I immigrated again to Thailand and we left in the 11th month and we came back in September. So that has been a very big thing in my life. My grandmother, when she passed away on the 11th of April. When I went through my awakening last year, it was about a week before my wedding. There was a pink moon in Libra, and it occurred on the 11th of October. And this day, I just happened to read an article that caught my attention with the number 144. I am seeing fours very often now, which is also showing me that I'm doing well. Well, I'm seeing 44 a lot. I'm doing well and I'm on the right path and I'm fulfilling my purpose. So the number 11 holds a very significant meaning. The number 11 always means that it will represent new beginnings. The number 11 represents enlightenment, awakening. It's there to get your attention. It's there to show you that you are in the process of a metamorphosis or a transition. You are going to put yourself into a consciousness shift. This is there to get your attention. I believe many people have incarnated during this time, and this is the time many ancient cultures spoke of, when many people of different nationalities, different colors, speaking different languages are going to come together and make the world a better place. So I believe that we are in a shift in evolution. We are in a shift of time, a shift of consciousness. For anyone who also doesn't know, we are transitioning into the age of Aquarius. This only happens every 26,000 years. And I believe it is a return of Christ consciousness. Not necessarily Jesus as per se, but Christ consciousness, the consciousness level of every single person on this planet. Many people also refer to these type of people as light workers, wanderers, indigo children, rainbow children, and I believe that there will be people incarnating on this planet that vibrate at a higher level than what we have been vibrating at. So everything doesn't happen by mistake. There is nothing by mistake. Everything is 100% on purpose. Nothing happens by chance. Even what you are named represents a certain number. For instance, some people may be a 9, some people may be a 7, an 8, and that would represent what their life path is about. I decided to start this YouTube channel because I have had a calling to teach people about what I have learned and what I'm still going to be learning along my process. And my numerology for my name, my numerology for my name is a number 33. 33 represents a master teacher, and that's what I believe I am. I kept on seeing these recurring numbers, which made me dig in and dig deeper as to what I was experiencing. These are questions that you need to also ask yourself. The code is there for you to wake up, and it's trying to get your attention. You have a particular purpose on this planet, and you need to change your life in order to achieve that purpose. Perhaps it's giving you a certain message. Many people, for instance, when they are thinking about leaving their jobs or leaving a relationship or pursuing certain jobs or relationships, they will also see these type of codes. It's there to show you that you're doing well, you're on the right path, just keep on going and start digging deeper. It represents, funny enough, 1111, I actually just realized I've been seeing 4s a lot, and the number 11, well, 1111 is actually a 4 too, which I just realized too. But anyways, yeah, this can kind of blow your mind sometimes. It's also an introduction to synchronicity. Have you ever thought of someone and they phoned you? Have you ever thought of something and a song's come on and it's related to what you're thinking? This is the universe and your messengers speaking to you, reiterating that they are here for you and that you will always have guidance along the way. Number 11 also represents a life-changing event. So something big is going to happen in your life. This is what happened with my consciousness shift. I believe I was going through this my entire life because I have had these burning desires and urges to do this sort of work since I was a child, but not in the particular way that most people do it, like in a church. So this is also something that may be just occurring very strongly in your life in this present time, because it is the time now to start taking note, well, to start making notes of the big changes that are about to happen. This is going to force you into different directions. Certain times, certain things happen to put you into a direction you're supposed to go. So just keep an ear out, keep an eye out, and just listen to what the universe is trying to communicate with you. Going back to numerology, sorry, it's a bit off there. Numerology also has a very significant place within our society when it comes to architecture, nature, even our bodies. We have 11 main organ systems in our bodies. We have 22 bones in our skull, and we have 33 vertebrae in our spinal column. Music, for instance. Each note represents a certain vibration or frequency, and in turn it represents numbers, and that is basically what is put out into the world when we create music. They say music is a universal language, well, so is mathematics. For instance, the Egyptian pyramids were based on mathematics. The golden ratio is something I'm going to do a video on probably next week. But the golden ratio is something that is based on mathematics. If we just opened our eyes and realized how much mathematics played a part in our lives, our computer systems, the reason this phone is working today is because of mathematics. It's just the most powerful thing in the world, and if people just woke up to the fact that they communicate in such a way, it would make life a lot easier. What I would also recommend is when you start seeing these recurring numbers, I speak to many people who see 1111 multiple times a day on everything, license plates, clocks. For me, number 44 has been sticking out a lot. Like I said, 44 has been recurring for me the last 2 weeks. Continuously. I'll leave that for another video too, what all of these numbers exactly mean, but it's giving me a message telling me I'm on the right path and I am fulfilling my purpose and actually living my purpose now, and the universe has been communicating back to me. For anyone who wants to see, I've been manifesting like crazy this last 2 weeks. I'll put a link in the description below so you can see the video I made yesterday on the really amazing things that have been happening this last 2 weeks. Things that I have wanted for years are starting to happen, which is just incredible. Number 11, also, it acts in alignment with your true soul's purpose. So when you are also going in the right direction, you will see this number reoccurring and repeating itself consistently. It will carry on throughout the day. It will carry on for weeks on end until you've actually gotten onto that path. For some in the awakening process, you'll actually see this number disappears. It disappeared for me for a while. I actually went off path a little bit, and until I aligned myself again, that's when the recurring numbers started again. It started again this past few months with the number 33, and now I'm seeing 44, like I said. It's like leaving an old world and entering a complete new world. That's why the 1111 looks like gates. It's a gate to a new path, to a new universe, to a new purpose in your life. So when you see these numbers, don't keep on ignoring them. Start looking into what numerology is trying to say to you, or where is it trying to lead you, because nothing is by chance. Up to the fact that we are being poisoned in our foods, in our waters. We are seeing that the governments are not looking after us, that we are being taken for a ride, that we are being taken advantage of. We should be enjoying this time on earth and loving each other. I mean, the universal language is love and mathematics. It's beautiful. Like, if people just opened their eyes and saw the fact of what we are supposed to be living like as a human society, instead of being so divided by everything that is around us, there is something so much bigger to this universe than people even can fathom. If they just dug a little bit deeper into what's going on, they would be able to see what the universe is trying to communicate to us. Something really cool that also occurred was the First World War, for instance. It ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The tarot card, the 11th card in a tarot deck, for instance, it means justice and balance. It is a new beginning, a new life, a new paradigm, a new shift of consciousness. So take note of all of these numbers. Another great example is the miners who got trapped in Chile. Chile. How do you even say that? Chile. You know what I mean. The 33 miners that were trapped in Chile, many people, actually it was a miracle they came out. They came out, all 33 of them, in perfect health, and everyone who was around the cave sites, well, the mining sites, sorry, I'm getting confused with Thailand now. I should actually work out that one, because that would probably speak in many different ways as well, especially in the Buddhist ways of believing. Numerology is really important too. But the 33 miners, everyone who was around that spot was saying how many times they actually saw the number 33. And for people who believed in numerology, they knew that those 33 miners were going to come out completely unhurt, completely fine, and that they were going to be great, like everything was going to go the way that it was supposed to. So this is an awakening code. I want every single one of you to listen to what the universe is trying to talk to you about. What is it trying to say to you? There's so many occurrences that happen with numbers. I'm going to do a number video next week about my personal experience with my repetition of numbers and my important dates, because it's not even just the ones I mentioned. There is so much more to it than we can even fathom. The different ratios of numbers, I'm going to put up an example right here. They occur throughout the entire universe in ways that we don't see sometimes. So I just urge all of you, open your eyes, see what's around you. It is there for a reason. If you've been, if you've been drawn to this video, it is not by chance. The universe, God, source, your higher self, your messengers, your angels, whatever you want to call our higher power that's guiding us in this beautiful thing called life, you've been guided to watch this video for a reason. Nothing is by mistake. So this is my message to you, is to start opening your eyes, start being conscious of what's going on around you, because it's not just numbers. It's so much more than that. Peace, blessings, namaste, and I will speak to you soon.